Okay, as we discussed, the first thing to know anytime you're doing a repaint is how well the previous paint is adhering. And a lot of times people want to do a paint job because there's paint peeling. And we can see here where there's been some previous paint flake off. Now this could have been dirt or contamination on a previous paint job, but I'm using now the frog tape's pretty aggressive. This is not as aggressive as duct tape though. And look how much of the paint we're actually pulling off. And so that says I need to kind of remove a little bit of this paint. I'm not going to sand it down to bare, but I'm at least going to I'm going to start with 100 grit. Now 100 grit is going to leave a lot of scratches in this. So if we look at this and we sand with 100 grit, especially if I sand in a line. Now I'm using the Norton. This is the professional production paper from Norton, and you can see how quickly, just by hand sanding, we got rid of that roughness and those brush marks. Now I'm going to do one pass. I'm going to go at an angle. That will help us cut down on those ridges in the paint. And I do a final pass in a circular motion. That way I have random scratch marks, but I still have scratch marks. So if we painted this now with 100 grit, that's going to be too aggressive. So now, but I don't want to just jump to my 220, because the 220 will maybe have a hard time getting those lines out. So we're going to go 100, then we're going to go 150. And just a real quick sand with the 150, that's going to take down a little more, taking a little more of the scratches out. And I probably would be good to go, but I just want to know for sure, so I'm going to do a final with the 220. Again, circular motion where I can. Now, you'll notice here, this is a red color, very see-through paint, and you can see where I've exposed already some of the white here. So that's going to cause a little bit of a consequence in that where we have this see through the old color, we may have to do 2 coats on this door. So, but that's showing it basically on the sanding. We're going to get this thing sanded, get the dust off, wipe the dust, and then we're going to get ready to paint, and we'll be back.